Hey everyone, Sam here to show you how to do these legs on this no-sew pocket lobster. So this is no-sew, so the whole body is done in one piece, and then these legs are surface crocheted on, so there's no sewing required to get these legs on. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show before we get started is that I am right-handed, so on this side of the body, I would start with the claw, working my way back, and then on this side, I'll start on the leg, working to the head. If you are left-handed, it would probably be in reverse. Also, pay close attention to the pattern because right here we have the claws. So you're going to want this bigger claw facing inward. So just read the pattern carefully on where the claw is, because if you are starting this way, it's worked different. If you do the same steps for the other side, you're going to have a turned claw like that, which is perfectly fine. It's so cute and subtle. But there is a way to get it to face the other way. So just keep that in mind if you are left-handed and are about to do this, to read the notes that I have in place. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so here we have your little lobster body. He honestly looks like a little minnow or something, just a little fish. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your yarn end ready, and right by the eye, so like right in this step, or stitch, you're gonna go ahead and grab your yarn, pull through, and you're just going to do a slip stitch, and that's going to secure that on. You'll eventually tie this off and hide the yarn end later, but you're going to go ahead and chain however many the pattern asked for. Okay, there you have it. I chained how much the pattern asked for. Now it says to start in the second chain from the hook, so that would be this one right here, and you're going to go ahead, and this pattern calls for an HDC increase, which is a half double crochet increase. That's 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. Then you're going to go ahead and slip stitch in that next one. Okay, so there's your slip stitch. Then it's going to say chain 2. So you're going to chain 2 in the second chain from the hook, which is this one. You're going to go ahead and slip stitch right in there. Okay, and then this part could be confusing just with the wording, but it's going to say slip stitch in the starting chain, which this is where the starting one was. So that's where you ended this part of the claw and started the next one. So you're just going to go ahead and do a slip stitch. Oops, dropped it. You're going to go right in there and just do a slip stitch in that starting. And then now you're just back to your regular chain. I like to hold the body so you don't get it all twisted. And then you're just going to continue doing the slip stitches all the way down. Okay, so I just did the slip stitches all the way down. Now you're going to want to make sure this end is still nice and tight. And then in that same spot that you inserted your hook to start this leg, you're going to go ahead and do another slip stitch. Sorry, I did that one a little tight. There you go, another slip stitch. And you're doing that in that same spot because it will prevent that little hole that you would get if you were to just move on. So there is your first little claw, and now let's get started on the 4 legs. Okay, so for these legs, you're just going to be working in the next stitch all the way back. So right here, you're going to keep it in line with this one, insert your hook, pull through, and do that slip stitch, and then you're going to chain how much the pattern asked for. So let me do that. Okay, there we go. Then it's going to say in the second stitch from the hook, which is this one, you're going to go ahead and do a slip stitch, and then you're going to do the slip stitches working all the way down the leg again. Once we're done with that, you're going to go back in that same spot that you started this leg, and you're going to go ahead, oops, sorry if I went off camera, and do another slip stitch to secure that leg. So now you have 1 claw and 1 leg, and then right next to it, you're going to have your, technically your 3rd leg, your 4th leg, and your 5th leg, or just like the 4 little ones. So you got to do 3 more of these little legs, and it will look like this. So see, you have, it's just a nice straight line that you're just following it back, and you're repeating the little legs 4 times and that claw once. So let me finish doing that, and then I'm going to show you the other side, how this claw part is different compared to this side. Okay, so really quick, when you're done with that last leg and you do that slip stitch back in the same one, you just cut your yarn and pull through, and that is how that one's secured. And then you can go and tie this one off again, just go right in there. And then I just hide the yarn ends within the body. Okay, so now that we're done with that side, for the next side, and like I said, I'm right-handed, which is why I started from the head back. Now for this one, I'm going to do the legs back to the claw. So you're just kind of lining everything up. So you can see you want to keep it parallel. So it's in that row. You're working your way back, and then you wanted it to be kind of under the eye. So I'm going to say about right here. You're just going to grab your yarn again, do the slip stitch, pull through, and then do how many chains the pattern called for. And then you're going to do the legs exactly the same way. So I'm going to do all 4 legs now, and when I get to this claw, I'll show you how it's different from the first claw. Alright, so now that I finished the 4 legs on this side of the body, we're going to go ahead and do the claw. So I made sure that I was staying parallel before starting this. And if you remember last time, in the second chain from the hook, we did the HGC increase. We're going to do it reverse this time because we want the same part of the claw facing the same way. So this time, in the second chain from the hook, we're going to do a slip stitch. And then you're going to do another slip stitch in the next chain working down. Now you're going to go ahead and chain 2. And that second chain from the hook, this is where we're going to do the HGC increase. So there's 1 HGC, and there's another half double crochet. And then in the starting chain, like before, it's in that same spot where we started that second chain 2. So in that one, you're just going to go ahead and slip stitch, and then you're going to continue working down doing the slip stitches. Okay, so I worked all the way down, I slip stitched in the same spot I started my leg, cut the yarn, and then you're just going to go ahead and pull to tie that off. And then I just hide these yarn ends back into the body. So we did it this way because how it lays now, you have the big part, like the meaty part of the claw, is facing the same way on each side. If you don't do it this way, it is perfectly fine. Like, it's just going to be twisted, which it's still cute, and these legs move around a lot anyways. And then if you are left-handed and you're doing it reversed, then you would just do what we did over here, and you would just switch the steps. So I hope this helps on how to do the surface crochet of these legs, and I can't wait to see all your makes. I think he's so cute and just perfect for little Valentine's Day gifts, or I live in Maine, so we're huge lobsters everywhere. But there you go. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to comment.